to Two Bears Trekking. Today we're going to be talking about something that has raised a lot of controversy.
It has.
Regarding celebrity cruises, and that is
food.
Food. We all love food. We all got to eat food.
Oh, love lots of food. Wait.
One of the big reasons we go on cruises, food.
Food. Gain some weight. Why not?
All right. So today we're going to talk about what is the current state of food and basically the free and included food on celebrity cruise lines. Because if you've seen in the news the last couple of weeks, a huge uproar regarding the new menu trial that occurred on the Equinox. So we'll also talk about that as well within this video.
There you go.
But the basic premise of this video is based on our April cruise on the Reflection and the new standard menus for 2023 and have those changed and what's new.
Let's get to it.
All right. Let's start in the morning.
Yes.
So breakfast. In the buffet, what I've noticed from past years and past cruises, and again, I've been cruising for decades, is there is less of a selection.
I would 100% agree with it. Remember, I'm a first-time cruiser, and I thought, wow, food, food, food. And guess what? Where is it?
Yeah, so there was the quantity of food was great.
Yes.
But again, it's the variation,
the selection of
selection.
Food. There might be a lot of it, but it felt like the same stuff.
Yes, the made-to-order egg station, while it's still there, mediocre at best. The selection of fruit, less. The more carbs. The hash that I used to love, not so great anymore. So the quality has gone down there a little bit.
There wasn't a lot of selections for me. I don't do cereal. I don't do bread. And so it's like, what do I eat?
So plenty of carbs, plenty of pastry. Nobody's going to starve. We don't want you to think that, but just trying to tell you what the differences actually are.
Exactly.
Now, over in the Spa Cafe, they do a light breakfast.
Yes.
Fewer selections than in years past, but the quality is still there.
Yes, it is.
Some great zucchini muffins, just fresh, nice.
Well, like
bagel with fruit.
Yeah, some like peanut butter and like fruit on top of it. It was delicious, and the coffee. Hey, it's not your place to get coffee.
Also, the Cafe El Bacio, which we'll just talk about totally now. Still free pastries, nice pain au chocolat, one of our favorites, tarts. Depending on the time of the day, they do vary that up.
Yes.
Still free, still great selection, still excellent.
Yes, high quality.
All right. Breakfast in the dining room, we really can't talk about because we didn't go. But from what we understand, it's kind of the same limited as you have at the buffet.
Weak. That's the best way to say it. It's kind of a weak selection.
All right. The highlight of the day, lunch up in the Ocean View Cafe.
Abundant.
Lots of different selections, a full Indian selection for those people who love that. And we love that about Celebrity Cruises. They serve a nice, excellent selection of Indian food. Also have stir fry, a Mexican selection. They do have the salad bar.
And I'll talk about the salad bar. It's a great salad bar, but great, I'm going to put that in quotation marks. The variety is limited.
Again, yeah, it's been scaled back from previous years. The variety of greens and the variety of toppings and the quality of the toppings.
Yes, yes.
You did have hummus every day, though.
I lived on hummus, and I'll go with that. Please understand, I really enjoy hummus, but if you're having hummus on nearly every meal, it gets boring after a while.
Again, there's a whole sandwich station, which was extremely popular. Lots of breads, lots of carbs, again, filler foods, pastas, pizza. More limited on the meat, although, you can still find, carved meat and some other meats. On the vegetables, fresh vegetables, a little bit more limited than in the past. So they're scaling back on the higher cost foods.
Yes. And since we like I don't say higher cost foods, we prefer to go fresh, we prefer to go healthy. Right. Those options are very limited.
More limited because they are technically
the more costly ones.
Yes. All right. So the desserts. starting at lunch. We had no problem with that because they still have that bread pudding,
Oh,
and
the bread
cobbler.
pudding. That's where I gained my pounds. There's no question.
Oh,
Oh,
absolutely.
I love that bread pudding.
The ice cream's been mediocre for years. The gelato's where it's at, but that is extra,
Yes.
so we're not going to talk too much about that.
No, but definitely think
The
about
better
that.
desserts that were more limited in quantity were over by the ice cream now.
Yes, that's where
So
you
make
go.
sure you check that out.
But check those out first thing, because as soon as they're gone, they're gone.
They're gone.
Mm-hmm.
The cakes and other things still, it's typical what's been cheaper. I didn't notice. It's probably the area where I noticed the fewest changes. That was in the desserts.
Mm-hmm. Let's go for dinners.
Yeah. So, well, we need to talk about the mass grill.
Oh, that's true. Everyone likes the mass grill.
So nothing has really changed at the mass grill. Hot dogs, hamburgers, French fries, but it's just not high. The French fries are fine, but the beef quality, the beef patties, I almost feel like it's more mystery meat. And I know there are plenty of you who just love it. And if you're meat and potatoes, you're just basic. Yes, you're going to have plenty of food, more than you know what to do.
If you want a burger and fries, it's a great place to get a burger and fries. Understand it's not the highest quality, but it's a burger and fries.
Also for lunch, there is the Spa Cafe with small plates again, like tapas-sized plates.
Right. But they were good. I loved them.
Fresh chicken salad, tuna salad, etc. And of course, we can't forget lunch in the dining room.
Yes.
Typically on C days. Scaled back portions a little bit, more limited on the entrees, but the quality I thought was very good.
The quality was good, but I also think that it felt very scaled back. It felt like a light lunch kind of thing.
Yes.
So
yeah, dinner. Let's talk about the ocean view briefly.
Yes,
scaled back on the number of choices, although I've seen it worse in the past couple of decades where we went to...
Worse? This is my first time. I'm kind of going,
Again, limited.
Yes, very limited.
Lots of filler foods, lots of carbs, pastas, full pasta station. So if you love pasta...
Oh, you got all kinds of pasta. Oh, yeah. But also understand that because of the limited amount that they have, you get lines for... the carving stations, for all of these stations end up getting
stir
lines.
Fry.
Yeah.
The stir fry, I do like that they have the stir fry, more Indian selection at night. And that's what I ate nearly every day at the buffet was Indian.
Do you hear
food.
a theme here? Yeah. You know, I was eating hummus, he was eating Indian.
Yeah,
there you go.
So, but if you're meat and potatoes, there is plenty of food. We're just talking about the changes. And yes, the quality has gone down. There's plenty of food. You're not going to starve. Quality and selection and variety has gone down. All right, let's talk about in the dining room.
Dining room. Okay, we're not going to talk about service. You hear that. If you want to know about service, check out the review, because we give you our honest review on service.
Before I talk about dinner in the dining room, let's just remind folks to like, subscribe.
Absolutely.
Check out our website.
You'll definitely want to check out our website, because we're changing things up there a little bit, and you'll know why in just a minute. But, we're getting you more information, more connections, a lot more information there.
And later this year, we are going to continue. We're going to do a head-to-head food comparison between Royal Caribbean and Celebrity, where we're cruising, very close to one another. So make sure you subscribe for that.
But there you go.
All right. So dinner, and that's where the biggest changes have happened and the most uproar. Most recently, they did another test, and if that makes you nervous, it should, because before they rolled out the new menus and scaled back menus at the beginning of 2023, they also tested that in advance as well. So let's talk about what the status quo is before we talk about this hot button issue. So fewer selections, cheaper selections, like gone are the days of the halibut and the snapper mostly, although it does creep up every once in a while, the mahi, and you have stuff like branzino, which is an Italian, they love it over there in Italy, the cobia, tilapia, haddock still appears on the menu as of late, but they've cut back the quality of the seafood. You might occasionally get, a seared scallop appetizer that sneaks in there, but not very often. So again, they're going for the lower priced foods. Beef was okay. The beef Wellington is gone. The filet has been gone this year. But they've replaced it with the beef Tornados. We'll talk about that in a second. The lamb is still there.
I
that
thought
was the highlight.
That was the highlight. I felt like I could have eaten the lamb anytime, and it was good.
Right. And so, some nights it was challenging. We only ate in the dining room 4 evenings. Probably could have eaten 5 because there was a more limited selection.
We read over the menu and we decided, no, not really.
Again, in the dining room, dessert is the thing that has probably changed the least, and followed by appetizers. It's really that main course. Of course, we know they're charging for a second lobster tail. They've been doing that for a while.
Charging for a second lobster tail.
Yeah, and they're small, and I get it. Okay, so the latest uproar was on this on the Equinox in June. I think in the second half of June, for 2 weeks, they trialed a new menu where they just collapsed all of the classic offerings, which were still on the menu, into the regular menu and scaled back again on the entrees. And the reason they collapsed the classic into everything else is to make it seem like there was still a lot of selection. So it was a little bit of a shell game. And celebrity cruisers who've been on Celebrity for a while, you're trying to pull the wool over their eyes, and it ain't happening.
Well, I'm immediately, because this is the first I hear of this. He did some research before we started filming, and it's like I'm thinking of the menu, and we have the menus over on our website, so check those out. But with the amount that you had on, the, what do you call them, the traditional, the classic, the classic, there's a huge section for the classics, and then another section. So if you're collapsing both of these, there's less selection.
And they removed some selections, yes. So and then what they did was they put a premium selection menu, which they've tried before in the past, and on that was a filet mignon, lobster tail every night. It still did appear free one night on the menus, and also a surf and turf, so those combined.
So what you're saying is, even though you're eating at the main menu, in the main dining room, where it's supposed to be free, there's an upcharge happening in the dining room when you could just go to a specialty restaurant.
Yes. So for a premium selection, yes.
That's creative.
And I think people were stuck on, for example, one night a double cheeseburger appeared on the dinner menu. I know.
Ooh.
Although it's certainly got to be better than the burger up at the Mess Grill.
Well,
anyway,
hopefully it's like Angus beef or something, like some serious beef on that burger, I would hope.
Yeah. So, and what we hear is they have shelved that for the time being. So hopefully that
is shelved permanently.
It's shelved permanently, because it will make a difference. There is a tipping point for people. One of the other tipping points, they have finally cut off the second bottle of wine, and now it's 1 bottle of wine per person again. Yes.
Wait, to take on the cruise?
Take on board, yeah. So another change. So folks aren't really terribly happy with the new CEO.
Okay, well, there we go.
The final thing we're going to talk about is, yes, late night buffet choices, snacks in the Ocean View Cafe.
There is a huge selection.
Yes, right.
If you want pizza.
Yes, it's basically pizza, which is mediocre on Celebrity. It's no princess. And also limited desserts. Those desserts are mostly those spongy cakes.
And they disappear rather quickly.
And the good desserts that are usually by the ice cream, much more limited, and that ice cream closes a little bit earlier than the 1 a.m.
But there's pizza. Did I say that?
Yes, but there is pizza, and some nights they can barely keep up.
Up with the pizza.
And so that as well has been scaled back. And adding insult to injury, of course, we all know they are charging for room service a fee, almost $10 fee, except for continental breakfast, which is still free.
For how long is the question?
And I will say, on our sailing, I saw a lot less dirty dishes in the hallways.
Wonder what that means.
So, all right. If you have been on recently, go ahead, drop us a comment below. And
we want your opinions of what you think we're talking about. If you think we're off kilter completely, if you agree with us, you tell us what you think. We like your opinions.
All right. And as always,
keep on trekking.